Hey all, my name is Kurt, and here's Trenton. Welcome to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar, and if you didn't notice by that, Trenton, today is our Christmas bottle special.
Wow.
Yes. Good one, honey. Like, we're a team. Your mom and I are a team.
I thought we were just going to cut that and start over, but we'll roll with it.
No, we're going with it.
All right.
I thought it was fantastic. Thanks for that, honey. We appreciate it. She's a little bit irritated because we don't have, like, Christmas goodies up on the bar top or something, you know, some little bit of Santa on here or something going on, and I couldn't get you the elf costume. I tried.
Darn.
I couldn't get it.
I'm sad about that.
People are going to be upset about it, actually.
I was trying to look like Will Ferrell from Elf over here. I was even going to get a perm.
That would have been epic, trust me.
Next year.
Next year. Maybe next year. So what we've done, Trenton, we're going to give you our 12 bottles of Christmas. He has 6, and I have 6. And these are our suggestions for good Christmas gifts if you have any friends or relatives that enjoy some whiskey.
And we tried to cover the entire spectrum from beginners to expert level bourbon or whiskey folks, whether these are bourbons, scotches, ryes, whiskeys of any sort. We got a little bit of everything. I think that tailors to a really broad variety of people.
Absolutely.
You're doing the scotch. I have a rye recommendation that is so good.
I'm sure you got your rye down pat.
Yeah.
That's for positive.
And I tried to, and I think you did too, based on what I'm looking at. We tried to cover a nice range of prices.
Yes.
A nice range of different things like finishes and whiskey types and so forth, and also tailoring to as many people as we can. So make sure you stick around and watch the whole thing because we got some doozies in here.
I'll start it out if you don't mind.
Yeah,
let's get it rolling. My first suggestion, I kept it simple and a little bit cheap. So if you have somebody it's basically a good beginner bourbon, or if you have a friend you really don't care that much about and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on, you know, that happens sometimes too.
It does.
I've got Evan Williams 1783. It's only cost you like $20, and there's some excellent flavors. That's one of my favorite bottom shelf bourbons, honestly, Trent.
Well, we did this in our patron blind. We sent out the samples, and I think this came in second.
I did.
Yeah, it did come in second.
I did.
So this is really good.
Yeah, it's excellent. And all kidding aside, if you have a friend or a relative that's just getting into bourbon, this is an excellent purchase. It's an excellent starter. You know, what is it, 90 proof? Yep. 90 proof. You know,
good place to start.
It's perfect. Good place to start. All right, bud.
So I jumped up a little bit in the price range, and I went with something that's a little bit oakier. So I went with Woodford Double Oaked. Just fantastic. You got like a nice pumpernickel note. It's like maple syrupy and pancake, like just breakfasty and really nice. It's 94 proof. It is double oaked. So if there's somebody you're buying for that doesn't notoriously like oaky bourbons, this might not be the play. But for somebody that's just getting into it, I think that's a good one. It's 94 proof. It doesn't drink too hot. And there's a lot going on that I think can really draw you in. And I've been a really big fan of double oak bourbons this year, and this was at the top of my list. Daily drinker. I recommend it to a ton of folks that are just getting into it. $46, I think.
I love that bottle.
It's so good.
It's really, really good. All right, I'm going to move on to a different topic here. I'm going to go to Scotch.
Oh, why'd you have to?
Single malt Scotch. Now, hear me out. Because, hey, there's people out there that have friends that drink Scotch. You know? And this is also an excellent, excellent bottle for somebody who's even, curious about getting into Scotch.
Yeah.
Because it's very unassuming. This is the Compass Box Orchard House. I really like, it's a blend, but it is a single malt blend. I really like Compass Box as far as a blend is concerned because it's still non-chill filtered in natural color. That's why it's so golden in color. Yeah. This one here is light and extremely fruity. I mean, the name is exactly what it is. Very fruity, very unassuming. No peat. You don't have to worry about any of that peat, the ash, the smoke. Yeah. A beautiful, smooth, blended Scotch whiskey here, single malt blend.
I'll have to try that.
You just can't beat it. Now, if for some reason you can't find the Compass Box here, the Orchard House, you can never go wrong with Bunnahabhain 12-year, ever, for a gift. Oh, never. But this handles a lot of different issues there as far as gifts are concerned with people that are maybe just starting or it's about $50.
That's a good price point.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
I went with something around $50 too, and I stepped up the proof point just a little bit. I went with a Bullet cast strength. This just landed in our area not too long ago, and I picked up 3 because I heard really good things about it, and I was pleasantly surprised when I tried this. And I think this is a good beginner bottle for like a higher proof point if you're trying to kind of experiment with different proof points and see if you like stuff that's a little bit higher of a proof point. This is a great bottle. It's $50 and it makes a fantastic mixer if all else fails and you don't think that you can drink. It is 120 proof, so it's a bit hot, but Bullet's got some really nice stuff, and I recommend Bullet to a lot of beginners that don't want to spend a ton of money for a lot of flavor and a lot of different nuancey type flavors in it, and I think this covers all bases.
Yeah, I don't have any cast strength in my list, but that's a good option for a cast strength.
I think this is my only cast strength, but I had to put it in there. It's fantastic. Don't pass it up.
Great choice. All right, now if you have a particular friend or a relative that has a hard time handling spicy bourbon, rye, things of that nature, they need something a little bit softer on the palate, nothing hardcore as far as flavor is concerned. Check out Redemption Wheated. This is a wheated bourbon, so it's going to be a little softer on the palate. It's only, I think it's like $40-$45.
That's it?
So it's not that expensive. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And the flavors it's nice and balanced. It doesn't have deep, in your face flavors. It's a really nice bottle that's kind of like a middle of the road with a softer palate.
Yeah.
You just can't go wrong with a gift like the Redemption Wheated.
This wasn't necessarily my order, but I'm going to come out with a wheated too. That's a little bit.
Sure.
It's actually Old Elk's double wheat. This came out this year.
Yeah.
It's a little. I think it's probably double, maybe triple the price. I think I got this for like $109 or $119. So it's
so
higher.
If you have a special friend,
that you really like, this is a fantastic bottle. It's really sweet. And it goes down super easy. I think the proof on this is also, it's 107.1 proof.
It is so good.
But it's just like a sweet bomb. It's like confectionery sugar. You got the caramels in there. It's just really sweet. And I think for folks that, like you said, don't like the bite of a bourbon and need something that's a little bit sweeter, this is a good option.
Yep.
The only downfall is the price.
Yeah.
But I think for a really special friend,
or a nice gift, a really nice gift.
This is a solid bottle to go with.
All right, we're gonna really stretch it here a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Just a little bit. So if you have a friend or a relative that's a bit curious as far as they don't mind stepping outside the bourbon circle, I would suggest an American single malt, and I've got this Westland Sherrywood. Now, this should be about $70, something like that, but it's in that 92 proof range. But Trent, this is creamy, and the sherry is thick.
Okay.
It's nice. It is a really, really nice finish on this sherry. It is an American single malt, so it is a bit malty.
Okay.
But if you have someone that doesn't mind, trying new things, this is this is something that you could give as a gift, and they look at it and go, oh wow, it's not your typical bourbon or something like that. So a good option.
I'm gonna piggyback off my double wheat sweet bomb here, and I gotta go with.
You're just sweet on sweet, aren't you?
I gotta go with Widow Jane Decadence. I think this also came out this year. It's hard to describe how good this bottle is.
It is.
It's like, if you know what shotgunning is, like shotgunning a beer. It's like if you were to shotgun a maple tree, like a fresh maple tree. That's kind of what this tastes like.
It is really good, and
it's just like it doesn't taste like you're drinking bourbon. It's thick. It's got that maple syrup kind of texture that comes along with it, and it's that's 91 proof actually.
Yeah.
So you're not getting a lot of that bourbon bite. You're getting a lot of sweetness. It is $99. So again, it's kind of up there with Old Elk.
I did see it though. I did see it for $80, $85.
Okay. So $80 to $100 depending on where you're at.
Yes.
But
exactly.
You cannot go wrong.
That was in Arizona.
Okay.
There. Yeah.
So, in my opinion, you can't go wrong with this. Like I said, it's a little bit higher on the price point, but for what you're paying for, you're getting a lot in return. And I think the only person that hasn't liked this bottle is my mom. She says she doesn't get the maple. She doesn't see how it's good. She liked the Corner Creek better than the Decadence.
Oh,
I know,
hey, babe. How?
Sorry.
How? All right. Well, I've got a sweet one too.
All right.
I didn't even know you were going that route with the sweet stuff too. So we might as well get all the sweet stuff out of the way right now. My choice is the Old Forester 1910. And the reason why I chose that is because the proof point's about 93 proof. So if you noticed in my choices, I've kept the proof basically under 100 for the most part.
Yeah.
That way if you're giving a gift, this is a good option if you have that person, wants to maybe step it up a little bit. But what I chose is the proof points that I didn't think was going to blow somebody away. But if somebody had a real sweet tooth and was really looking for a really nice sweet bourbon, you can't go wrong with this Old Forester 1910.
That's so good.
Yeah,
That's a good
it's just a sweet bomb.
You don't hear any bad
fabulous
stuff about Old Forester 1910.
No.
Or the 1920 either.
No.
Can't go wrong with it.
No, and the only reason I didn't choose the 1920 is the proof.
Yeah.
And I thought this was a sweeter too. This is sweeter in my opinion. Not that it would be better or worse, but it's sweeter than the 1920 in my opinion. So
I'm gonna move away from the sweet and I'm gonna go with this Nulu toasted small batch. This is just a Michigan release. I haven't found anything else like the Indiana release or anything, but I have seen this toasted small batches in stores. So this was just like an exclusive release for Michigan, but they are out. This is 120.6 proof. So and it's
I forgot it was that that high.
And it is toasted. So you're going to get that proof, and then you're going to get a little bit more oomph from the toasted barrel finish.
It is.
I think it's about 70 to $80, and it's a blend of 4 and 6 year MGP bourbons, or 4 to 6 year MGP bourbons. So you're paying a little bit for some younger juice, but I think Nulu makes up for this really nicely by doing really unique and really nicely well done finishes. And I think they really nailed it with the toasted finish. You weren't a huge fan of the toasted rye. I was. But I really like toasted finishes for pretty much everything. Yeah. So I think this hits a sweet spot for me. It's really good. But I wouldn't give this to a beginner. This is more of somebody that's been drinking bourbon for a while. Yes.
Oh, I was going to wait till you were done. I wasn't sure if you said the price for Old Forester. Did I miss that?
Oh, it's about $55, right, John?
Yeah,
55, 60. No, I didn't, honey.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. It's like $55-$60.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, Nulu's a newer brand out of Kentucky. They're doing a lot of cool stuff with finishes. They don't just do toasted; they do like honey and maple syrup finishes.
Yeah,
and
amazing.
And really a lot of cool stuff. So if you see Nulu of any kind, I haven't been disappointed with their stuff yet. So check it out. See if the store will give you a sample of some of the stuff. But I highly recommend this or anything from Nulu for that matter.
All right, my bottle, last but not least, pal.
Last but not least.
This is something that we don't talk about much at all. And it's...
I'm going to push your stack down here a little bit.
All right. I got a rabbit hole here, Trent, and we don't really ever go over rabbit hole. Maybe we should get a couple more. This is the only one that I have.
Oh, okay.
And I had some in Arizona when I was there last year, and I loved it. So I had to get one up here. But this is the Derringer. This is a straight bourbon whiskey finished in PX sherry casks.
I love a good sherry finish.
And this is another low proofer at around 93 proof. So what I love about this one, the balance between the sherry finish and the bourbon, to me, is like perfect. Because you know how I am. Sometimes I get to where you can hardly tell that you have a finish there, and sometimes it's too much.
Yeah.
It overrides the goodness of the bourbon.
So that's good balance.
To me, this is like a perfect balance of a sherry finish with this bourbon here, and I absolutely love it. This one's probably about $75.
I haven't had that one, so I'll have to try that and see what I think.
This is an excellent option that probably not a lot of folks would have, too.
And it's available.
Yeah.
Like, I see that everywhere.
Absolutely available. Sure.
So,
what's your last but not least?
My last one, I had to throw a rye in there, because that's just how I roll. This one might shock a lot of you guys, but this is the George Dickel X Leopold Brothers. This is the 3-chamber rye whiskey. I don't understand. Like, I can go to Binny's and I see this everywhere.
Oh, you do?
I don't get it because it scored a 97 out of 100.
We don't have it here. Do we have it here?
No.
I was going to say, I've never seen it around here.
I tried to get it around here, but I have not seen it. So this is a very unique rye whiskey. So if you have somebody that is really well versed in whiskey and also likes rye, or maybe doesn't like rye, and just really enjoys unique whiskeys, this is a very good bottle. There's a lot of unique flavors in this bottle. It's not like a typical rye. It's almost like it's like a sour. It has a sourness to it, and Jay Hoos didn't like it. Kevin didn't like it.
Oh, neither one.
Yeah, that I remember. I love this bottle. I think most of this is me when I come over here.
We bought that in Kentucky,
and I bought a backup. It's about $99. So this also doesn't come cheap. I think this is 100 proof. Drinks really smooth, but also has a lot of unique flavors in it. The most prominent one I get is like a sourdough note in it, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
so
it's been a while since I sipped it, so I can't help you with the flavor note.
Yeah.
But I remember it is extremely unique.
Yeah. So if you've got somebody that likes rye, or is just really well versed in whiskey, and you're like, what do I get? And that's different. Highly recommend this bottle.
Yeah.
Apart from Jay and Kevin, those are the only two people I know that haven't been a fan of this. But everybody's palate is different, and this is probably one of my top 5 ryes of the year. So don't pass that up if you see it.
Perfect. All right, that's all we have for today. Boy, we hope these suggestions might help you if you're actually out shopping for any form of bourbon or whiskey gifts.
Yeah, and if you have other suggestions that maybe we didn't cover that you think would be good to add on to the list, toss it in a comment.
Absolutely, heck yeah. All right, thanks so much. That's our Christmas show for today, but however, watch for next week.
Oh, yeah.
Might have something special for you as far as Christmas is concerned as well. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. Thanks so much for stopping down here and spending a little time with us. We'll see you next time with this guy and me in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.